I'll just leave it there for looks.
Oh. Well, hopefully, you know, your piano will be replaced sooner than you know it.
Oh, easily. Like I said, once you get here and we start going over stuff, and we start ordering stuff whenever you get here, like, things will start falling into place.
Yeah, it will. I promise they will.
Oh, I know it will. I know it will.
Um, I was just thinking, you know,
Huh.
earlier, you know, the big thing nowadays is the hashtag Me Too movement, like with the women, with the like sexual harassment and everything.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying that you were once raped, and I hope you don't mind me asking, but what happened?
Oh, that's not a problem. I do not mind talking about that at all. It actually happened when I was in high school. I was in, I want to say, ninth going into 10th, or I was in 10th grade at the time. I had this dude that was in my class. Didn't know he was gay at all. He was a half blind. Like, he was weird. He was legally half blind. Like, he could not see at all. He was legally blind.
Right.
Like, and I didn't know that he was like, I didn't know that like he could still see like the outline of things, like shapes of things. I didn't know that,
So he
and
couldn't
I
see.
became real cool with this guy. Like I became super close to him. I was always hanging out with him. Well, there was one night where I didn't know that we lived like right down the street, mind you. I didn't know that we lived like right down the street from each other the entire time until he freaking told me.
Right.
But and there was one night where like the city workers were doing construction and his power was still on. Ours went out. So my mom was like, why don't you go over to their house for the night? Yada yada yada, because you're not gonna have anything to do. Power's gonna be out all night, so why don't you go over there? And I was like, all right, cool, no problem. That's not a problem at all. Sure thing. So I grabbed my stuff, I head over there, and literally like um oh, hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think that was mom. Let me go check and see. Hold on.
Hi.
Really?
Hi.
I'm on messaging you right now, but like I was saying, what happened was basically I went over there, and had dinner and whatnot. He had me eat over there and stuff.
So Chance. So let me get this right. So you were at school with this guy, and you were how old? 14.
I was about roughly, I'd say 15, 16 at the time.
And you were both the same age?
Yeah, we were right around the same age. I think he was either a year younger or a year older. I think he was younger.
Oh, right, okay. And so he was legally blind,
Yeah.
but he could still see.
And like I said, the construction workers or like the city workers or whatever you want to call them, were doing, I guess they were doing some sort of power line work or something. I'm not sure. But there were certain areas that got affected and certain others that didn't. It just happened to be one of the ones that didn't get affected. So because our power went out, my mom was like, all right, go ahead and head on over there. Which literally, it was literally like a block away. So like, I just grabbed my foot and walked there. But I got there, we started hanging out and whatnot, and we were playing video games and whatnot, and just doing different stuff, just hanging out, doing whatever. And like literally, I lay down to pass out because like everybody was passing out. It was passing out. And keep in mind, this is after we had eaten dinner and stuff. This is like way after this. This is like about 4 or 5 hours after.
Right.
Like we were sitting there watching TV. He cut the TV off, and I was like, all right, cool, because we did have school the next day, so we were like, fuck it, let's just pass the fuck out. So I rolled over on the floor, passed out, and then he had rolled over and passed out, or so I thought.
Yeah.
And like literally, next thing I feel like was literally like him, like literally on top of me, and I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, get the fuck off.
Oh my god.
And literally, like, he was not stopping for shit. So I literally reached my elbow around, because you know how, like, whenever you twist, you can kind of reach your elbow around?
Yeah.
Like, I literally reached around, and I straight up elbowed him right in the fucking face, and I'm like, dude, get the fuck off. And, like, what made it so fucked up isn't just that he did that, but when we went to school the next day, he had sat there, literally wrote me a note telling me that he didn't mean for that to happen, and yet he sat there, went to the fucking principal, and tried to sit there and tell me that I did shit to him when I didn't, and then I wound up getting expelled because of the fact that he was 1 year younger than I was. Because I was getting ready to be, I think, like 17 or 18 at the time, and he was still underage. And because of that fucking factor, they basically said, no, like, we understand what happened to you wasn't right, but you were of age, he was not, therefore we're putting the blame on you. And basically I got kicked out of school, and unfortunately I had to transfer, which kind of sucked.
Oh my god, so did he actually penetrate you then?
Oh yeah, and it sucked. Like, coming from somebody that was like, your best friend that you saw like your little brother, I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, I'm not gay.
Oh my god, I bet
Like, I straight out, when I was able to get up off the ground, I literally decked him in his face. I was like, fuck this shit. So I literally grabbed my shit and I went home, and I was like, and like, I didn't tell mom until after she had gotten a call from the school. It's like, I didn't want my mom finding out at that point. So I was like, let's just not tell her about it. Just tell her that their power went out. So I was like, fuck it. I grabbed my shit, went home. I was like, Mom, power went out. Yada, yada, yada. And she's like, all right. And, I went to bed, got up the next day, and she could kind of tell something was up, but she just wasn't sure. And I tried so hard that day to play it off. I was like, yeah, nothing's wrong, yada, yada, yada. I wake up, go to school, same shit, different routine. And whenever she got a call from school, that's when she kind of put two and two together. And she literally went to the school board, literally for about a month fighting them. And they were just like, no, you're not allowed back into school because he's here. And, for your protection and his protection, we don't want anything bad happening to either of you guys. So we're just going to take you, put you in another school, keep him here, and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, wait, how is that fair? He did that to me. I didn't do it to him, so what the fuck? And they were like, oh, well, because you're almost of age, we have to take that into consideration. It's like, what? Are you kidding me right now, dude? Yeah, that's pretty much how that came about. And the funny thing is, the guy never got busted for it either. He pretty much got away with it. All because he was a fucking minor.
So didn't you go to the police at all then?
Yeah, we tried to. We did go to the police. But thankfully, because I was still underage, they weren't going to arrest me. They just told me, hey, we're going to have to expel you, yada, yada, yada.
No, I mean...
Thankfully, they didn't arrest me on anything because, I had explained to the officers, look, he did this to me. I didn't do this to him. And everything like that. And he did get, I think he got, 4 or 5 days suspension for, disorderly conduct or something. It was something to do with, what was it called? It wasn't fighting, but it was, where you do something to a student on school grounds and it affects you in school. I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, fuck, what was that? Can't remember what it was, but, he got suspended for a certain amount of time for that, though, which I honestly felt like he should have been the one expelled for what he did. But, like I said, due to him being underage and me almost being of age, I was 8, 9 months away from my birthday at the time when it all went down, so it was still pretty far.
So, how come he wasn't charged though, as he was the one who did the raping?
Because he was underage. He was underage, and the laws here about that kind of stuff are really fucking weird. The laws here about a lot of stuff are very weird. Whenever Marty did what he did, whenever he did those death threats and shit towards me,
yeah,
I went to the police, right? You know what they told me?
What?
They flat out told me to my face that unless he makes a legit death threat towards me, they're not going to do anything because they don't see cyberbullying as an FBI thing. They see it more as a civil thing. You have to go to court and this and that and the other. And I'm like, what? This dude sent me a rope to my house and told me to kill myself. What? How is that civil? So yeah, the laws here in Ohio about different shit are really, really weird.
Well, I mean, this one about there being differences in ages, as for instance when you said that I've lost my train of thought now.
Right. And by the way, did Mom message you?
Oh, I hadn't seen. Sorry. I'm getting a bit tired, sorry.
Oh, you're fine, man. You're totally fine.
Let me have a look, lady. Snapdragon. I need to explain to you that when on the phone I do not hear well at all. I tried to get Chance to tell you, but he wouldn't listen. When I answered
I did try, but she was being so
I swear
loud.
I thought, do you have any cocaine? Oops. That was supposed to be swear. I will try to catch up with you tomorrow. I am not feeling too good and I'm going to bed. Oh, that's very nice of her. Shall I reply?
Oh yeah, you just like go ahead and reply, like let her know that you saw it, like let her know, like yeah, tell her whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will. I'll do it now.
Hey.
Oh.
Speaking of which, how'd work go?
Fine. It was busy, but I like it like that. It makes the day go faster.
And you know something, babe, like the one thing, like one of the reasons why, like I'm gonna let you deal like with stuff with like financial stuff. It's not that I'm trying to put everything on you. It's just when I was in high school, I was never presented with, you know, business classes. Like they never presented us with, you know, business classes that I could take. So pretty much the entire time I've basically been going off and basically trying to learn what I can on my own. And that's why when you were telling me about a spreadsheet, I was like, okay, I know what those are, and we didn't really go in depth with those. I know it has to do with business, but like, how do you set one up on a Chromebook? Like, I can set one up on a computer. That's no problem.
Yeah, I know, but a Google, it's a Chromebook, so that's a Google product, so it should be easy to use with a Google.
Yeah, I know.
Ah.
See, back when I was in high school, like we didn't have Chromebooks because back then Chromebooks didn't really exist. It was mostly, you know, PC, old ass. Literally, our internet server for our schools was freaking Internet Explorer.
The search
Yeah,
engine.
I can honestly say, like, honestly, I like Microsoft Edge. I like Google Chrome. But why Internet Explorer? Why keep shit that old? Okay then.
Yeah, I'm just writing to you, Mum.
Oh, I thought like maybe
I'll
you
do that
passed
after we.
out on me. I was like,
So,
what?
so then, after that, what happened? Like, you got expelled and everything. Did you ever see the guy again?
Nope, haven't heard from him since then. I ran into him, I think, like maybe one time at the store, if that. But
And
like
did you speak?
as far as I remember, like unless Mom can remember the last time I seen him, I haven't seen him since. But I wound up getting transferred to. Ironically, it was right after that when I got transferred to Garfield High School, where I met my best friend, who you and everybody else knows, which is Jake. It was like right after I got transferred
Right.
from that incident and I got put in Garfield High School. That's when me and Jake ended up meeting, and we've been pretty much like brothers ever since.
So what was the dude called that raped you then?
His legal name was William, but everybody called him Billy for short.
Billy the Wiz. What's his surname?
It was fuck, what was it? I think it was something like Styler or some show like that. It was a really weird last name. I know it started with S. It was like size something or other. I can't fucking remember, but his legit. Oh, hold on, babe. Hold that thought.
Okay.
I think Mom's gonna let me know that she messaged you. Hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, she's messaging you back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Alright, make sure you swear. I didn't know if you left the call or not.
No,
Running downstairs is a pain.
what's that? You know that? No, that buzzer then, is that to get your attention?
Yeah.
Right, what is it, like a doorbell thing? What is it?
Yeah, it actually is. It actually was a doorbell that we didn't really use that much, so Mom was like, screw it, turn it into a buzzer to get my attention.
Good idea.
Even though it's loud and annoying as hell.
So, yeah, I mean, it must have been upsetting for you then to be, like, as a man.
It definitely was. It definitely was. But, like, over time, like, I kind of realized, like, you know, like, I can't, like, live, you know, in fear of that my whole life. Like, I can't live, you know, thinking about that the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it does still suck that it happened. But, you know, I kind of see it like, I don't want to really say a lesson. Well, it definitely was a lesson learned for sure. But, it was also a lesson to kind of show me, like, hey, there are other people out there that, you know, do go through this kind of thing. And as unfortunate as it is, and as messed up as it is, it does still happen. And though, like, it really shouldn't, it does still happen to a lot of good people.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'll be able to take that experience and take the stuff that I've been through and, you know, and use it to, you know, help people through very similar situations who have either gone through the same thing or are currently going through the same thing, you know?
Yeah, I understand, yeah. Maybe it's something you can talk about on one of your lives then.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I actually do plan on talking about that at some point. It just nobody's really brought up that in the chat. They've been more focused on, you know, all this other stuff and doing this and doing that. But I do plan on bringing that up, like, for sure. I do plan on bringing that up in a live stream and talking about it and letting people know, like, hey, you know, I'm not just a survivor of unfortunately many suicide attempts from being bullied. You know, I'm also a victim of bullying. I've had death threats thrown my way. I've survived all these different things on top of being raped by my now ex-best friend. Like, you know, so, like, whenever somebody comes to me and tells me, like, hey, you know, this is what I'm going through, you know, I can sit down and tell them, like, hey, I know what it's like because I've actually survived through these things. As much as it sucks and as horrific as it is, you know, there are ways to get through it. There are ways to fight it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you about, I'm really tired now, but my brother, Tim, he got raped and it affected him.
Oh, damn.
But I'll tell you about it tomorrow.
Yeah, you sound like you're about to fall asleep, honey.
I'm so tired.
Okay,
I'm really tired. But I've had a good day. Now, your mum said I would rather chat on here if you don't mind. Does she mean like talk on the voice call or the typing?
I think she means typing.
Okay then, that's cool. I shall ask her what she means. But I'm glad that we've set up something that we can speak on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Like
really
I
good.
said, just like when you were going through what you were going through and she told you to call her, she didn't realize that she had a doctor's appointment that next day. And when she found out that her hearing's kind of going, that's when she was like, oh shit, no wonder I'm not hearing as much anymore.
Yeah, it's age related, isn't it? Unfortunately, it's when you get older, things.
Yeah, exactly, and that's just something that, as much as I hate to say it, that's just something that comes with the territory.
Yeah, it does.
That's just something that comes with the territory of getting old.
Right, I'm gonna go then, so I'll speak to you in the morning.
Yeah, baby.
And then, like I said, maybe we can do a program about like the Me Too thing, and we can talk about. I'll ask Timmy whether he wants me to tell the story or not. Because if he doesn't, I find it like, you know, it's up to him whether I can talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, like I said, I've been through the same thing. So, like, he has nothing to worry about. Like, I'm not going to judge him like that. Because, like I've told people, you know, and this is very true. You can ask Mom. I've been raised around, you know, special needs people my entire life. So, like, I'm used to it. Ironically, I can honestly say I think me and Tim would actually get along really, really well.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's not special needs as in, like, mentally. He's just
I know what you mean.
He's just physically disabled.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean.
So yeah,
like,
you get on great.
A lot of people think that and that's what's funny. A lot of people think that, you know, I'm mentally disabled, but no, I just have, dude, I have your typical run-of-the-mill ADHD. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm normal. I'm just super short for my age. So what?
It's like Lava Girl, when I was speaking to her, she was talking like you were retarded, and I'm like, do you know, he's just a normal guy, what are you on about? He don't need shielding from you.
Like, just because I'm 5'3" does not make me a fucking midget or this or that or whatever. It's like, dude, I'm fucking 5'3", you idiot.
Yeah. No.
Like, granted, I'm no dude that's fucking 6'2" or whatever, but honestly, kind of like being short. That means I can run away from enemies faster, and I can go in between their legs and be like, fuck you, I'm out of here. See ya. Plus, it means I'm closer to hell, which means everybody pisses me off. They got a lot of demons to fuck with.
That's true. That's true. I've got to say, that's true for both of us.
Right, exactly. Wait, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Damn, you're tall.
I am tall for a woman, yeah. My dad were really tall. My mum's only 5 foot.
Oh wow.
But my dad was 6'6".
Damn, he's on. Dude, my cousin Cody's like 7'2", 7'3". Like, he's super tall. So he's right up there with my cousin. Damn.
Oh yeah, he were a big man.
Like, hi, how's the weather up there?
So yeah, I mean, I don't mind the difference in height.
No, I don't either. Like, believe it or not, I'm actually used to this. A lot of people seem to think, like, oh, don't you get tired of being short, the short one? No, not really. I'm kind of used to it.
Well, that's it. You've lived with it, haven't you, so...
Exactly. Like, I'm so used to being, like, hell, you see my brother Jake, he can fucking put his arm on my head like I'm a fucking armrest. And he does it, too. He's done that, too. Like, in the one live stream where we were wrestling around, that was, like, the first thing he does is put his freaking arm on my, like, armrest. Like, if you don't get your arm off my head, I swear to God.
How tall is Jake?
I think he's, like, 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
So he's super tall. It's actually pretty funny. He's younger than me, but taller than me. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's like, boy, if you don't get your tall ass fucking arm off me, swear to God, you're gonna flying on that bed. Try
me. Oh, God. Right, I'm definitely going because my eyes are going again.
Yeah, I can tell, babe. You get some sleep and I'll see you in the morning, sweetheart.
Alright, I'll see you tomorrow.
Alright, night, baby. Talk to you tomorrow morning.
Bye.
Bye, baby. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Mwah.
Mwah.